What is going on, YouTube? My name is Dmachine. I am the guild leader of the guild Dmachine, and I'm bringing you a video today on rated battlegrounds, how to lead them, some strategies, and some tips for you. So the first thing that I want to talk about is creating your rated battleground group. When creating a group for rated battlegrounds, there are a few things you need to consider. Being geared in this game is a large part of being successful at this game. If you want to have a good group, you have to make sure that your players are geared. Unfortunately, that means that you can't bring just anyone. You still need to check their gear, even if they're in your guild. It's not fair to bring someone who's under-geared when the rest of the group is geared. It's going to bring the rest of the group down. And it's all about the success of the group of all 10 people. An extremely useful add-ons for Battlegrounds is Battleground Targets. This add-on gives you like a unit frame for the entire enemy team, so you can target any of them. And it also shows a number that shows how many of your team is targeting whoever. So this will help target callers by giving the DPS a very easy way to target whoever they're calling out. Another thing to take into consideration is crowd control. Classes like Frost Mages, Warlocks, and even Hunters work best for crowd control. Even the best melee DPS have a hard time landing kills on one healer when there's two other healers free casting. Now, the most important thing when you're putting a group together is group composition. DKs might do the most damage in majority of battlegrounds, but it isn't necessarily the best thing to bring more than one. You need a flag carrier, obviously, like a tank class, a guardian druid, or a warrior are more common, and you need 3 healers, and you need a target caller. Now, the target caller is very important. It's a crucial part, so make sure that your target caller is competent before going into these battlegrounds. And obviously you need DPS. Alright guys, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is strategies for each individual battleground. I mean, obviously all battlegrounds have different strategies. You don't need to go by the strats that I'm going to tell you today if you believe you have something better, but these are just basic, tested, and easy to run strats that are easy to pull off, basically. So, the first battleground I want to talk about is a Wrathy Basin. Now, from the Alliance side, you're going to have Stables as the closest, obviously, so you have to assign someone to go to Stables. And then you're going to want to send your tank, and preferably a Holy Paladin, or a healer, to Blacksmith at the job of making sure the enemy cannot cap that. Then you're going to send the rest of your team to Lumbermill to cap it as quickly as possible. When they're done capping Blacksmith, or when they're done capping Lumbermill, they need to get to Blacksmith and cap Blacksmith as soon as possible. When you have 3 bases, just turtle up until you win. Don't be greedy. If they have Blacksmith and you can't take it back, send a small team to mine and push Blacksmith again, testing their coordination by forcing them to split their group. If they have too little at each of the nodes, one of the bases should be able to be capped. Sitting on the flag and making sure no one can take it from your team shares equal importance to killing people on their team. Make sure your target caller is aware of this. In Eye of the Storm, send your tank and a DPS to defend your nodes, preferably a hunter or a hybrid DPS with your tank. The rest of the team will then push the middle and fight for the flag. Make sure that the defending people on your nodes are very vocal in Skype so you know when incomings are coming as soon as possible. If you are getting wiped up in the middle, regroup and push for one of their nodes. This is risky due to them being able to counter push your node and you being so far overextended with your group across the map, but again, vocal defenders will come in play for early incoming calls. Once you have 3 nodes, you have 2 options. Defend and float all 3 nodes, which is very difficult, or while they're trying to take back a second node, take the middle and run the flag back to 2 nodes, letting them have 1 node back in exchange for the flag control. Be sure to have someone waiting in the middle when you cap the flag, so you don't give the opposing team flag control. There's 2 different ways to play Warsong Gulch, and it's very similar to Twin Peaks. The first way is called a full escort. You escort your flag carrier all the way to their flag room and all the way back. This usually forces an intercept either to their base or from their base with the flag. A target caller will make or break these intercepts. Make sure your target caller knows which to kill. Focusing overextended DPS and healers are prime. Try not to push them in while they turtle up at their graveyard. If you are trying to win because you have a cap ahead and time is running out, the best place to turtle up is on top of the ramp with your fly carry way in the back near your GY. This is on Warsong Gulch. This gives a huge space to slow their team because it bottlenecks them either between our ramp or the doorway coming from the flag room. Twin Peaks has a different terrain, but the strategy is basically the same. If you don't want to go into your base to turtle up on Twin Peaks if you're ahead, at the GY is just as good. Silver Sard Mines, there are two options. The first option is to make 2 carts priority, preferably the 2 carts that cap the most often. Usually lava and the water cart are your best bet. The other option in this battleground is to 10-man Zerg every closest cart to cap. This strat is best with a high mobility group, considering they'll just peel you off at whatever cart that is, or it might be too late because they're peeling you off to get to the closest cart, things like that. Temple. What I like to do is I like to have my tank grab the left orb, and another tank-like DPS grab the right orb, and I like to take my whole team and meet up on the right side and push them, my whole team strength, on the right side, counterclockwise all the way around. It's not priority to have the point bonus for having the orbs in the middle. When a player with an orb on your team, or even the opposing team, is about to die, make sure whoever's killing that player with the orb, or whoever's about to die with the orb, calls out what color it is, so we can go and pick up that orb as soon as possible. Remember, in this battleground, picking up orbs can be more important than making kills. Battle of Gilneas. There are 3 nodes: Lighthouse, Mine, and Waterworks. Playing from the Alliance perspective, taking Lighthouse and pushing Waterworks is the safest route. If they wipe you at Waterworks, you can either push Mine with the rest of your offensive team, or you can assign a hit squad preemptively before the game even starts, so you can just tell your hit squad to go and hit Mine, making them split their group and testing their coordination once again. Remember, defense is easier than offense when it comes to these flag capping maps. There are a lot of on-the-spot decisions rated battleground leaders need to make when they're leading a rated battleground, but if you make sure that your strategies are clear before the game even starts, it will make your life so much easier. If you have a strat that you think that we should use, feel free to comment on this video or whisper me in-game. Thanks again, Dmachine out.